What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If it is your first time touching down on this channel, welcome to Small Feet Big Heat. We talk sneakers, we talk streetwear, and everything in between. Today we'll be getting into the Air Jordan 1 Tokyo, Japan, a shoe that I think turned out to be a lot more limited than a lot of us were expecting. Release day was definitely difficult, but I was able to come out the other side with a pair in my size. So we're going to go ahead and get into that today. If you don't already know, the Air Jordan 1 Co.JP did release originally in 2001 as a Japan exclusive. I'll go ahead and put some pictures over here because it actually released in 2001, 2010, and here we are 2020, and I have a pair for myself. So this is a shoe that I've been waiting quite some time for, and I'm sure a lot of other people have some nostalgia toward this shoe as well, or if you don't, it was still a really clean colorway and a really dope pair. So let's go ahead and break these down. As you can kind of already see, I have here a black and red standard Nike box. That's because this is a grade school size 6. Grade school sizes were not able to get the special box. We just got this black and red standard Jordan 1 Nike box. Jordan brand did not show us much love there. If you wore a men's size, you were able to get the nice silver box. And if you were even luckier to get your hands on one of the Japan exclusive pairs, your pair came with not only a briefcase, but it was actually numbered. I'll go ahead and show the label to you all for those of you who like to see a label. And let's go ahead and pull this bag. You have regular tissue paper in here. Quality control sticker back there. These are clean. These are so clean in person. The Air Jordan 1 Co.JP has some nice details that we will get into, but for the most part, what you see is what you get. Not every shoe needs to be 10, 12, 13 different colors in order to look good and have crazy materials. This is a very minimal shoe. It's a majority gray and silver sneaker. Now, this shoe was designed to give the Air Jordan 1 a futuristic look, and in 2001, I'm sure that this was very futuristic looking. I remember seeing it back then and thinking, wow, what is that? You know, the metallic accents back then were not used as much, and the clear air bubble was just a really nice touch on the Air Jordan 1. So I can definitely see it being a futuristic feeling shoe for 2001. Now in 2020, we've seen a whole lot of different shoes. I mean, we've seen some crazy stuff. So by 2020 standards, this shoe is definitely not futuristic. It's not giving me futuristic vibes anymore, but the recipe still works. And what I mean by the recipe is you have an Air Jordan 1, arguably the most popular Air Jordan silhouette right now. Not for everyone, I'm sure everyone has their favorites, but arguably for the masses, I think the Air Jordan 1 is the most popular silhouette right now. And then you put these neutral colors on it, gray, silver. It's not masculine, it's not feminine. You have some very decent materials on here. The materials actually feel pretty good, and this is a grade school pair, so I can only imagine what the men's pairs feel like. It's kind of like chocolate cake. The recipe for chocolate cake has been the same for years and years and years, but every time you have a slice, it still slaps. That's the Air Jordan 1. It is very hard to mess up an Air Jordan 1, especially when you're just retroing the same colorway. This was bound to slap. The added nostalgia that it has for some people, you know, it's just a bonus. It just increased the hype and the demand around the shoe. So let's get into some of these details. One of the details that's my personal favorite is that clear wings logo. Now that does not age well. Over time, it will yellow, it will crack, and I'm sure that's why Jordan Brand does not feature it as much anymore on a lot of Air Jordan 1s, because it does not age well. However, right now out of the box, it's clear, it's not foggy, and it is looking oh so nice. Another detail we have that's a little different than most Air Jordan 1s is the tongue. The tongue is all over this very nice tumbled leather, and at the top it says Nike Air, but this time around it is embroidered. It is not stitched onto a separate piece. It is embroidered straight onto the tongue. On the back of the tongue, we have this tag here that's been stitched on. It says 2001 Jumpman, and then it has 2020, and that's obviously just to commemorate the fact that these did release in 2001 and now again in 2020. On the inside of the shoe, we have one of those details that no one's going to be able to see, and that is on the sole. It actually has a Jumpman, and it says Co.JP. Another small detail is definitely the laces. Now these laces are different than any other Air Jordan 1 laces, because this is what I would call an oval lace. It definitely has a thickness and a roundness to it compared to the flat laces that usually come with Air Jordan 1s. I'll do a side by side so that you can all see what I'm talking about. As far as quality control goes, I did notice a couple of glue stains, nothing serious. And on my right pair, there is a little wrinkle in the nubuck, but really that's not noticeable to the eye. And while you're wearing the shoe, it's just noticeable to me because the lights are shining on it. I have it up to my face, so it's a little bit more noticeable. If I had this on, I would never even notice it. I'm gonna throw these on now so that we can get into the on foot portion of the video, and then I'll be back with my final thoughts and resale predictions.
Perfect.
And just like that, we are back for my final thoughts. Now, I will say I did watch the on-foot footage back myself, and I thought something about the jeans is just not stacking right for me. It doesn't look the same as it does with all the rest of my Jordan 1s. There's something about the way that it's falling on top of the pants that's just a little bit weird, and I think it's because of the tongue and the laces. That doesn't take anything away from the shoe. I still really like this shoe, and I intend to wear the hell out of it. Looking at it right now in hand, it's such a nice gray. It's not a cool gray, it's much lighter. It really is neutral, like Nike says that it is. It matches almost anything. I even threw in camo for the on foot, and it didn't miss a beat. It went just fine with these. Now, the laces were a little annoying, and I'm already someone who rushes through my lace jobs. I kind of just like to get the shoe on and see what it looks like. I don't like lacing, but they were really hard to get them to lay flat. And even when I started taking the shoe off, putting it back on, taking the shoe off, putting it back on to do the on foot and the different pants, I noticed that they were just kind of rotating and getting all twisted, so I had to keep fixing them. So that was a bit annoying. I don't know if that's going to be a deal breaker for the people who really like their laces to be straight and just lay completely flat. Maybe it is, but you can always get flat gray laces and throw them in here if it's that big of a deal to you. All in all, I really like these. I'm glad that I picked them up. It was worth the little over retail that I had to pay, especially knowing how much I think these are going to go up in the future. Will they reach the prices of the Japan exclusive pairs that came with the briefcase? I don't think so. So if you are a reseller sitting on these, I definitely say hold, because you can make a lot more money in the future than you will now. If you enjoyed today's video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, show a small YouTuber some love, and I'll check you all out in the next video.